Right, John, little update as we come to the end of June. What have we got in this one? I think I put the onions in too late. They've all bolted. They're just like big spring onions or baby little onions. Beetroot, it's now starting to kick off. Spring onions in that row, and the first little spring onions you can see at the end there in that row. Loads of borage, loves it here, borage. Dwarf beans in that row. Spinach is now taken root. Runner beans seem to be doing well and grew from seed. They seem to be happy on that cane. Peas have been slow this year. Got 3 tripods of peas. More spinach, both sides are there, and more dwarf beans. Lisa likes those. This is the late corn that should be ready in August, September. The early corn, which I bought plants, I grew that from seed. The early corn seems a bit arse about face. Anyway, that's the early corn. Hopefully it'll catch up. So we've got about 32 plants of sweet corn, looking well. Courgettes, I bought 2 little plants and I grew my own from seed. The ones from seed in those little pods are underneath the cloches. The ones I bought as plants are doing well. Cavolo Nero, had to cover it up because it was getting battered, which is way to go. Butternut squash, got 3 plants that have survived. 1, 2, one over there, 3. Underneath the Harry Potter wigwam. And down at the bottom, new for this year, you might be able to see them right at the end. I've got 3 plants, clove artichokes, right at the end of that bed before the carpet. Lisa snuck in a few dahlias in front of them, and I got a couple of rows of leeks that I just planted for the winter giants. More flowers here, can't quite remember what they are. More dahlias, we lost all ours last year, so we're starting again with dahlias, but they're from tubers, not seed. Beetroot, and behind the beetroot we got, not beetroot, radish. They're getting a bit leggy though, those, and they're coming out, some new going in. Underneath the radish we've got some, I believe, and they're starting to come through, some parsnips in there as well. Moving on to the wildflower bed, the box hedging from the house is bordering it. I might take up topography this year, and then in there we've got, as you can see, a few sunflowers, and right on the other side we've got some more wildflowers. Actually they're quite nice. The oxeye daisies seem to be dominant here. We've got some other things in there as well. These pink ones, I can't remember their name. Got some little white ones facing that way, can't remember their name. But that's the wildflower bed that goes that way. I don't know where my cornflowers went this year, but they haven't come back. Potatoes, earlies, different type of earlies, and then the late ones are in the butts over there, bins with the lids cut off. And then here I've got, new for this year, cucumbers, which again are under cloches, and garlic, which is a bit like yours, bolted, bit of rust, and broad beans. They went in this year, some plants, some seeds. They're already starting to produce some nice big fat pods, and amazingly this year I haven't got black fly, touch wood. White onions, same as the red, put them in too late, bolted. I've got 2 competition spuds in the tub there. So it's all looking, as you'd expect with all this rain, rather lush and green. This time last year I was chucking best part of 40 cans of water on every day. But not looking too shabby. Lisa hates it when the weeds take over, so she goes mad and gets them all out, but I quite like the biodiversity, and you know, it's nice to see what thistles, flowers they have, so I'm quite happy with that. And just walking down as we say goodnight to the allotment and all the birds here tonight. Blueberries, took them out of the clay, put them in troughs tubs, biggish ones as you can see, with lots of ericaceous, and they're coming back seriously well. There'll be lots of fruit on that one. That's an older plant, that one. We bought it for Lisa's mum, and Peter doesn't like them, so when we lost her we got the plant. This is supposed to be a August flowering, but that's not doing bad, that's a bit younger. And that's a September one. Seems to have got white dusty stuff on the leaves for some reason. Just to bury it back, which I think is a cross between a blueberry and a gooseberry. That seems to be taken over, I might have to move that. And then the late September flowering raspberries. They definitely weren't that good last year, but no complaints because we got lots off them last year. I think we put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plants, but they send runners off everywhere, don't they? So again, all organic, no fertiliser, no chemicals, just a happy place. And the neighbour's little plot, half of it's not used, but they go in for strawberries, pumpkins, salad, and the soft fruits at the top. But yeah, it's a nice little part of the world. Nice little part of the world. And the walk home is not bad either. Just go down this little track here. And then when I get to the end, it's about 113 strides, about the same distance to the pub. And there's some whacking great oak trees. They cleared all this for people to plant allotments. This was all flat about 3-4 weeks ago. Nobody's come and dug anything or did anything, so guess what? The weeds, the nettles, the brambles took it back for them. So maybe next year somebody will dig it. Somebody's been down there. So as we go down this little bit of a way out, the parish council's loaded with cash. They put all this deer fencing in to stop people eating the crops all the way around. Must have cost thousands. Good investment, that £12.50. And as we go up here, the lights fade in. You won't see much, I don't think. No. As we go up here, a little track, unmanaged lane, you can see some, no you can't, some whopping great oak trees that seem to be hanging on by their roots for dear life. And then right at the top, again very Harry Potterish, is the top of the lane. It's quite good, doesn't it, that effect? I'm quite impressed with that, John. Coming out of the dark into the light. Can't see much down there, but you can see quite a bit here. And then when I come to the top of this little road, 113 strides later, it recognises where we are. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the England game. One of the players reminded me a bit of you. Guess which one it was. And I look forward to an update from the fruitful fields at the back of your plot. Alrighty, I think I've bored you long enough. There we go. Recognise where we are now? The White House with the cladding. You know where we are. You know where we are. Oh, while she's still there, very quickly, I planted a wildflower garden at the back of the house. Not on our land, it's on the old recreational ground, which is a bit naughty really, but as you can see, the council didn't cut it. So instead, I planted loads of wild flowers. They've all come up. Would you believe it? Poppies galore. Even got a sunflower in there somehow. I fenced it all off, and hopefully, as the seeds come through, I'll be able to expand it further towards the path and further up to the mews. So yeah, I cut it all back, dug it all up, dug it all up, dug it all up, left it for the winter, rotivated it. Can you believe it? Put a few wildflower seeds on there and they've all come up. How good's that? I'll keep you posted on that one. I'll tell you what seeds I used as well. I know you're keen to get more of them. And that's the cricket pitch. What a great place to live. Anyway, tennis in the corner. That's it for now. Speak to you soon. Hope you enjoyed the game. Lots of love to you lot from this lot. And hopefully we'll be up there before too long. Unless you're coming down here, that is. Lots of love. Bye for now. Mwah. Laters.